everyone, welcome back. So, where the Punisher is addressed in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 3. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 continues to keep Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, firmly in its narrative, even without giving him any actual screen time. Episode 2 and 3 finally acknowledge his absence directly, offering key insights into where he might be and why he hasn't reappeared yet. So, warning spoilers for Season 2, Episode 2 and 3. The Punisher's presence is still felt even in his absence. Although Frank Castle does not physically appear in this episode, his influence remains deeply embedded in the story. From the very beginning of Season 2, it's clear that his legacy has been twisted. Mayor Wilson Finn's anti vigilante task force continues to use the Punisher's skull logo now in a more official and institutionalized way. This detail reinforces one of the show's core themes: how symbols can be manipulated to serve power and control. Episode 2 and 3 build on this by shifting focus from his symbol to his actual whereabouts, finally prompting characters to address the question fans have been asking: where is Frank Castle? Matt and Karen takes refuge in the Punisher safe house following the AVTF's violent raid on Josie Bars in episode 2. Matt Murdock and Karen Page are forced into hiding, with Fisk publicly labeling Daredevil as a criminal while simultaneously portraying Matt Murdock as a hero. Moving freely in New York has become increasingly dangerous. This clear political move allows Fisk to turn public perception against Daredevil without exposing Matt's identity, while unintentionally giving Murdoch some protection. As a result, Matt and Karen relocate to a familiar location, the Punisher's safe house, first introduced in season 1. This is the same place where Matt and Frank previously clashed over their opposing ideologies, particularly regarding Bullseye and Foggy's death, one of the most memorable confrontations from the earlier season. However, while the location returns, Frank Castle does not. A key conversation finally addresses Frank's absence. The show doesn't ignore this absence, instead, it directly confronts it through a quiet but important exchange between Matt and Karen in episode 3. Ka- Karen openly wonders whether Frank might be dead. Matt quickly dismisses the idea, pointing out to a crucial detail: if Frank Castle were dead, Fisk would be celebrating it publicly. His silence, therefore, is telling. The conclusion they reach is simple but fitting. Frank is still likely out there, just doing what he always does. Frank Castle is still operating, just not with Daredevil. The implication is that the Punisher hasn't stopped his war on crime. He's simply not part of Daredevil's current fight. Karen acknowledges that Frank has helped them in the past, but Matt remains firm in his stance. They cannot defeat Fisk through violence and murder. This reinforces the long standing ideology divide between the two characters. Daredevil believes in justice through legal system. Punisher believes in absolute lethal punishment. Even when they have worked together before, it's always been temporary and uneasy. Frank has never been a team player, and season 2 stays true to that characterization. Marvel is clearly saving the Punisher for bigger things while Born Again keeps Frank off screen. It's clear that this is a deliberate choice rather than an oversight. Marvel Studios is positioning the Punisher for a larger role in upcoming projects. A Disney Plus special, Punisher One Last Kill, releasing shortly after the season finale. A confirmed appearance in Spider Man Brand New Day, marking his big screen MCU debut. This suggests that his absence in Born Again is more about timing than narrative exclusion. Final thoughts: Daredevil Born Again Season 2 handles the Punisher's absence in a smart and grounded way. Instead of forcing him into the story, it acknowledges his role, reinforces his ideology, and keeps his presence alive through dialogue and setting. Frank Castle may not be on screen, but he is far from gone. If anything, the series is building anticipation for his return while staying true to the character, a lone wolf fighting his own war on his own terms. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.